Alright guys, so I want to give you a quick update on what's going on in the shop tonight. I was going to do a full video on the tank stand for the stainless steel tank that we fabricated in the previous video, but I ended up having to get going on this. So I've got the main structure built and tacked up. Okay, so everything's tacked. I do have these stainless steel pads, and the reason I put those on is because being a stainless steel tank, you don't want your stainless touching your mild, or it'll do things like this when it gets scratched and then it can start rusting out. So you don't want to mix your carbon and your stainless steel. So I've got those stainless steel pads on it, and then you can usually use like 308 to weld the two together, which is what we're going to do. But I do want to show you guys, I ended up making another purchase. So what this is the Miller Multimatic 220 AC/DC. The reason I purchased this machine is that I needed to get a machine that I could use when I go do mobile jobs for a specific customer that I have, and I need it to be able to do everything that I need. When I say that, I wanted something that I could stick weld with, I wanted something that I could MIG weld with, and I wanted something that I could TIG weld with. And I tried to find a machine that would do AC and DC, as well as 60-10 stick weld. So, one of the coolest things about this machine is it does all those things. So here's what the face of the machine looks like. You can see that it's got all these different modes. There's flux cord, MIG stainless, MIG steel C25, MIG steel C100, MIG aluminum, TIG aluminum, TIG steel / stainless, and stick. The other cool thing about this machine is it will run on 110 or 220. There's an adapter plug inside the machine right there that will allow you to swap it out. This is what the plug looks like. You just unscrew this right here and swap the plug out, and then you can run 110. So I'm just going to go through real quick what this kit came with, and I'll put the ad up on the screen and show you guys what it costs as well. I'll do that right now. Alright, so real quick, I just want to go through everything that comes with this setup. So this came in a kit, and it comes with your TIG torch. It is a special DIN style, and you can see there is a little hole in there. That's where your gas comes through on the machine. It includes the starter kit here. Here is your stick lead and your ground lead. Your MIG gun. Got a material thickness gauge, a spool of wire, 2 gas hoses. Here's one of the other really cool things about this setup. It comes with 2 regulators. So if you set this up in your shop, and you can set it up with a bottle of argon for TIG and then a bottle of C25 or whatever you prefer for mild steel. So one of the reasons I purchased this welder is because this kit came with a wireless foot pedal. Once you've used the wireless foot pedal, it's just a game changer, and it's hard to go back to having to drag around a cord. I believe that it runs off of Bluetooth. So you've got your pedal, and then you also have a receiver that plugs into the front of the machine. So this kit is actually on sale right now, and you can get the welder in the kit with the wireless foot pedal for $200 more than the kit without the wireless foot pedal. So if you were just to buy the wireless foot pedal kit, it's $1,000 by itself, so that's a pretty good deal. Alright guys, so you can see here we've got our machine all set up. I'm able to hook up my gas hose, my regulator, get it hooked up to some C25 gas so that it's ready to go for when I'm ready to MIG weld. Now to start off here, we are going to be using TIG. So you can see I've got it set on auto set, and it is set in the TIG function right now. I've dialed it into 3/16 of an inch on the material, 332 tungsten. And then that what I'm pointing at right there is pretty cool. It's actually a fan gauge, so it tells you how hot the machine is getting as you run it. I never had it get over 3/4, and that was when I was welding consecutively back to back to back without stopping. So I'll jog through the functions here and just kind of show you guys what the menus look like. I like the way the menus work. It's simple. I like that it shows how to set up the machine. So for somebody who doesn't do that a lot, it shows you how to set it up. You can see this machine does have high frequency start. It's got lift arc remote and lift arc. Okay, so I've adjusted my material to 1/4 there, and you can see I bumped it up to 190 amps. So it should be all set, ready to go. We are running our foot pedal. There's the transmitter right there. So everything's hooked up. You can see how it's got the red light. As soon as you bump the pedal the first time, that light will go green, and that's how you'll know that it's synced up with the pedal and it's ready to go. The other nice thing about this machine is I can have more than one process hooked up just like this, where I've got TIG hooked up and MIG. The gun is hooked up, ready to go. Gas is hooked up. So when I'm done TIG welding, all I need to do is hit a couple buttons on this, switch it over, grab the gun, and I can start welding on MIG. It also has an auto set function where I can bump the trigger on the MIG gun and it will switch over to that process automatically, so that's pretty cool too. Alright, so we're getting ready to TIG weld these brackets on. They're just floating right now, the tank's just holding them in place. So I'll go ahead and grab my TIG torch and we'll get ready to weld these out. Alright guys, I apologize, we're back on the tank stand tonight. The camera battery died in the middle of me tacking these on, and I had a bunch of other stuff going on. It's actually been a few nights. I had 2 emergency projects that I had to get done and out the door before I could get back on this. So tonight I'm hoping to get this welded up. The customer's probably going to be here to pick it up probably tonight or tomorrow. So we got to try to get this done. So I think the first thing I want to do, even though these are tacked on, the machine's still set to TIG. I'm going to go ahead and get the machine fired back up, and then we'll run these welds on here where we weld our mild to stainless. So we'll go ahead and TIG those up. Once I get those TIG welded up, we'll go ahead and switch the machine over to a different process, and we'll just use this project to test out all the functions on the machine. So I'll get this fired up and we'll test it out. All right. I've been pretty impressed with it so far. It's nice smooth arc, just like you would normally expect. The high frequency starts really nice and snappy and smooth. It's amazing to me how far high frequency start has come just in the last 10 years. To be able to put it into a machine this size is pretty impressive, and for that price point. It used to be that if you had a machine that had high frequency start, it was a lot more expensive. So it's nice that they're able to put it in these smaller machines because it really saves your tungsten. I'm going to go ahead and bounce around here to try to distribute the heat. I'll get these welded out and then I'll come back and give you guys a look. All right, guys, we got these TIG welded out. So it's doing a good job. So now I've swapped out my gas bottle. Now I'm going to come over here to the machine. We'll go ahead and put this on MIG steel C25 because that's what I run. Okay, so it tells you how to hook up the machine. Everything's good. I'm going to set this to 3/16. The tube is actually 1/8 inch wall, but I want it burning just a little bit hot. So that's usually how I use the auto set when I use it. If I want it a little hotter, I just turn it up on the thickness. On the wire size, we're running 0.35. So you can see it just adjusts it for you, and it's actually really accurate and really fast. So we'll go ahead and we'll set up here and we'll run some MIG welds on this. There is actually a feature on here where if I was to just push the button on the gun, it would switch modes. So it can actually toggle through the modes depending on whatever trigger you're using for whichever process. So if I was to go back to TIG and grab that and hit the foot pedal, I could jog between the TIG modes and it would just switch over to TIG. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so it does have feed mode. So once it senses that there's no wire, it will actually shut the gas off, and then it turns up the wire feed speed so that you can get the wire there in a hurry. So I do have to grab a tip. There's some tips over there, so I got to grab a tip for this, an 0.35 tip. Put that in. Okay. Nice. All right, here we go. First test on MIG. Solid wire MIG, 0.35 wire, C25 gas with the new Miller Multimatic 220. All right, so there's TIG, there's solid wire MIG. So I'm going to go ahead and keep welding this out. And when I get to the point where I have it just about welded out, I'm going to leave a few open so that we can test out stick. So I got to keep welding this out because I got to get it done. But when I get to the point where I'm ready to test stick mode out, we'll come back to you. All right, guys, so I got the tank stand up on the table. I've dragged the welder over here. We're going to go ahead and get this set in stick mode. So I've got my stick lead here, and it looks like it comes with a decent amount of lead, which is nice. So we'll go ahead and get this set up. Looks like there's maybe 12 feet. It's nice because the only thing I have to swap out is I just pull the TIG torch DINS connector out, put the stick lead in, and then change it to stick mode. And then in auto set, I've got it set on 1/4, and it's set at 125 amps, but that's using 1/8 inch rod. But I think I'm actually going to use 332 rod. Let's see what it says. So this is actually set for 100 amps. I'm going to change this to 90 amps. I usually like to run 332 on 90 amps. Plus I've got dissimilar metals, so I've got 1/8 inch material being welded to 1/4 inch material. So I'm going to grab some 332 rod, 7018, and we'll try welding this. So I've been running Bowler rod for a while. I like this Bowler stuff. It runs really well. You can see when I lit it up, I didn't have to fight it at all. It was a brand new rod. So let's go ahead and try it down here and see how it goes down here with a rod that's already half burnt. It's got a really good crisp start. I'm going to hit this with a wire wheel. I want to see what it looks like. Let's check this first one. I like it. Okay, so I'm actually going to run this one with stick 2, just for fun. Let's see how she does. Oh yeah, she's got a good start. Okay, so now we've tried stick mode, TIG mode, solid wire MIG mode. I'm probably not going to swap it out and run flux core on this. I've got to get it done. The customer's actually waiting for me right now to get it done. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, get it welded out. So I just thought you guys might want to see. We'll go ahead and get this welded out and cleaned up back to the customer. I did just want to show you guys the new multimatic 220. I believe it weighs about 70 pounds with a spool of wire in there. I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty excited. This is an extremely versatile machine, and it's got a lot of really cool features. So I'll do another video where I actually test the AC TIG. So we'll test weld some aluminum with it. I'm really excited about that. I love the thought of having a machine that will do it all. 60-10, 70-18, solid wire, flux core, AC TIG, DC TIG. I'm pretty excited. So that's probably going to wrap this one up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.